Hey everybody, Lauren Doyle here, your favorite Trust Your Gut teacher and coach, where I teach you how to use and trust your gut to make better decisions in business, relationships, and personal development, and also the tools that you can use and develop to increase your intuitive strength or your trust your gut strength. So I thought that the easiest way to open this up for everybody is to answer questions. I literally get asked questions all day, every day on things that have to do with trusting your gut and intuition. So I thought it would be probably the easiest way for you to be able to learn this is by answering questions that other people ask, because people tend to ask the same questions over and over and over again. So today's question that I'm going to answer is, how do you know when your gut is right? So the first thing is you have to put it into practice. So one of the things, or the thing that I tell people all the time is what feels light and bright is always right. And so people get that confused with what feels good or bad. Okay, well, if it feels good, then that's right. And if it feels bad, that's wrong. Or if it feels right, then that's right. And if it feels wrong, then that's wrong. And I always caution people about that, because things that can feel good aren't necessarily lighter. So when I say light and bright, you actually have a sensation of physical lightness when you feel it. So you can compare it to the same sort of feeling you have when you just had a really great time and you have that sort of lightness and brightness about you, or you just had a really good laugh and you just feel physically lighter. It's the same sensation, just maybe not on such like a big scale. So it's a smaller scale, but it still has this sort of lightness to it. You still seem to feel a bit more like energy in association with whatever that decision is. Versus feeling a bit bogged down or heavier. The other thing is the feeling of like that you're pushing through or that you're forcing something to happen. So it's interesting because what can feel good can actually have that feeling. So for example, you do some cocaine, you might feel good, but is that really the light and bright decision? So you have to kind of pay attention to good and bad versus right and wrong and light and bright or heavy. The other thing is, right and wrong. Well, if it's right, then that's the light decision or right decision to make. And that also can steer you wrong. So because you may have some, social values or religious values that have been imposed on you that will make you make decisions out of guilt and not necessarily out of what is truly the lighter, brighter decision for you and what feels lighter. So to know, in order to answer the question, to know how do you know if your gut is right, is you will feel a physical sensation of it being lighter versus it not. So say, for example, I always tell people, go ahead and practice this making small decisions. So you can use it to make decisions on your basic things throughout the day. Should I eat an avocado or should I eat crackers? Or should I do lemon water this morning or should I do tea? Should I do coffee or should I do wine? Just use it on your basic little decisions. Even what shirt should I wear today? And really gauge yourself on what feels lighter and brighter versus like what just has no feeling to it at all or has like a heaviness to it. And it sounds simple because these are simple little things in your day, but it puts you in the practice or the micro habit of developing that. So you get more and more familiar with what that feeling feels like. And then you're able to apply it to some of the bigger decisions that you have in your life or in your business. or in your relationships for that matter. So when you have the practice of putting that into your day on little things, then when you're faced with those big things, you're much more familiar with what your gut decision is telling you or guiding you towards, versus, if you never put it into practice. And that's the danger I see people put themselves in all the time, is they wait. They don't trust their gut. They don't practice with it for any little decisions whatsoever. And then they try to use it to make these huge decisions, and they have all this anxiety involved, and they're not sure if it's just their thoughts or their instincts or their, what is it that's making that decision. And if they think they're trusting their gut, right, and then they don't, then that's where that fear comes in. Well, I don't know if I can trust that. It didn't turn out. So anyways, put it into micro practice in little things in your day so that you can build that muscle, that trust your gut and intuitive muscle. And then you have set yourself up to be able to make more intuitive and gut-based decisions that turn out well on the bigger stuff. So thanks for the question, and I will see you next time. If you want to schedule a private session with me, then go ahead and click the link below, and you can do that. There's also links for some free downloads that you can get from me. And be sure to subscribe. So subscribe so that make sure that you get all your questions answered. And I will see you next time. Bye.